Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
come
on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
I only hope that one day you'll be able to draw strength from my weakness.
I wasn't aware I had this power.
One sec, I forgot my drawing glove.
Come on. Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands off there. Ta-ta and farewell.
You know what they say, no glove, no love. I was drawing on the couch last night and I neglected it. How are you all this morning? Very good Friday morning for me. Very cold. I see the little internet thing and I can't get rid of it. The little symbol that says I might be lacking in the appropriate bandwidth. So if anything happens, if I start roboting, let me know. Well, there's nothing I can really do about it. But I was going to work on the cover this morning, but I think I'm going to do that in private because I don't know what I'm going to do there. So I think just a little bit of easy flattening and chatting. I'll get something done at least. Otherwise, I might just not do anything, which I don't want to do. So late in the game. What is it? 2 weeks to go. I want to be productive. I want to be somebody. Mr. Reese came in first. Congratulations, Mr. Reese. Second for the year, I do believe. I'm going to pop you in there. Thank you very much. We have the one, the only, Mr. Mobix, the Golden Wrench in the house. Jav Styler is here. It says, knowing his dark secret makes AI panting stiffing grandpa too creepy in this trailer. That's one of my favorite parts because it's a line taken directly from the book and the AI delivered it like how I envisioned it. It's crazy. Like it was proper. He says, though, he's in the unpanty valley. I actually think, because Resource, that was a yes. Camel Moon made that for me, just out of the blue. And it's not just like it. I've sounded a bit like Shadowverse here. You don't just type in make me a trailer and everything. You gotta like make little clips. Then you have to edit them. You have to color grade them and everything. So there is a bit of work to it. But yeah, the clips themselves are AI. The actors, like that one, the Ella, like that's to me looks real. Like I cannot, even the way they talk and everything looks 100% real. Looks just like, you know, we found an actress or something. Obviously the sort of more action scenes, you can tell, okay, it's a little bit, you know, but that's like where that was a year ago. Like it's going to get insane. You know, the special effects, they're actually on par with like what kind of B grade Hollywood was making. You remember like Shark Boy and movies like that, just like that, you know, 15 years ago. It's crazy. You can get it ploying in a sympathy or living in infamy. Why do you keep saying she's crackhead Ella? I mean, you know, maybe. A succulent Australian comic, Raiden Radio in the house. I've seen him out there diligently preparing everyone for the launch of Eudaimonia 3, which is taking place tomorrow. We'll kick the stream off at 9 p.m. and then I guess we'll go live a little bit after that, 10 minutes or so. Sleeping on the couch, episode 69, not popular home. I did not sleep on the couch, but episode 69 was not popular. Mel said she looked in and she just saw, I don't know which one she was talking about, a woman with like balloon-sized breasts. And I'm like, well, that could be anyone. Rob has an issue of some kind. Anyway, I did membergate it, which I've never done before. And I don't know if that helps, but I thought maybe the Street Fighter 2 mode. Yeah. Either that, I mean, that one we shared where it's like that fetish one where it's like big, fat, like, oh my God. He said it would be so easy just to find super hot chicks. Yes. It is Thursday for a lot of you. That is true. Early for, considering it's 8:28 in the AM here. So The trailer came out great, but ain't no moose. I know, right? Well, I was talking with Camel about this. He's been approached by 15 people to do something similar. But it's like the Lucent, the characters are normal people in normal clothes. So it's so much more possible. But imagine making a moose and trailer. I suppose you could. Like a cow is a normal thing. That actually could be possible. But like we're thinking about other indie comics. Some of them I think just it's not going to happen. She did look real. I agree. It's not an insult. I like Amanda says, yeah, I tried watching this morning. Listening to it wasn't really cohesive, and picking at the images were mostly cringe. I mean, he said it would be the easiest thing ever. And funnily enough, it was Cranberry Langes who actually has found a treasure trove of actual comic book sexy ladies. So I'll give it a week or so, and then I'll do that. It's going to have to be a presentation as well, because they're not tweets or anything. Like, that's where I, fall short a little bit. Because I'm only really looking at tweets or Instagram posts, and they're a bit hard to go through. But he just, again, I don't know, he just like went through some sort of art library or something. So, yeah, I only have 3 or 4 pages left of flat. So getting a little bit thin on the old flatten and chatten content. But, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. As we go in here, some of you who are familiar with the Lucent might recognize some of this setting. This is in, we've got Ella here. She's looking quite upset. She's in the upside down, but you might recognize this setting here. We have a seemingly dead man here in a pool of blood up on what should be the floor, but is currently the ceiling. So, yes. Some people don't like to spoil what happens in the book, but I figure if you're just seeing the image, it's not really spoiling. And, we've got Al in the Brush. How's it going? He's over on Rumble. Started live streaming art content on Rumble, looking for other artists. Welcome to the show. This is going to be a little bit of a, dare I say, mundane artistic experience. But actually, that's what most of you get from me. I stream a lot of the grunt work of making comics. Because maybe just, I don't know. If I'm like, say I'm doing my covers at the moment and I don't really know what I'm going to be doing, I have an idea, but it's kind of, it's open for whatever. It's just like, see what happens kind of thing. So there's a lot of experimentation, and that could take a full day of just trying trial and error, which isn't really that conducive to a live stream. And if I feel confident enough, I'll record it and make a short about it, but then I can edit things out. Poor Ella seeing that. I know, right? So getting unlocked, things she should never see. Triggering. Repressed. I mean, she wouldn't even have seen that. This is like some extra consciousness, because remember, she was whisked away before the event actually took place. So we're in strange territory here. We're in a little bit of like outside of the norm. What is that? That wouldn't be. Sometimes Rod draws the skirts a little short. I have to lengthen them a little bit, like an old school mistress. Ella looks like she just took a hit of Viper's. This one here. Yeah, like you can see with the glowing with the like highlights in her on her eyes. Yeah, she's seeing things. She's seeing things she doesn't want to see. Yeah, the close up. I do miss flatting. So it's like there's no right or wrong when you're flatting, you know? There's nothing's open to interpretation. I suppose you can do it incorrectly. But I mean like creatively. You just do it. And you can do it quite fast. I probably should be using a lasso tool, but I feel like brushing today. I feel like moving my hand. I still have what's I got to do? I've got 2 covers to finish the colors on. I'm not that happy with the new trading card I did, so I'll probably do another one. What else was I got to do? Oh, obviously I've got to build the page out, but I feel like I've done that. You know, I've done that a couple times now. It shouldn't take too long. I've got to finish the T-shirt. I've got to make my trailer. I'm gonna try VO for that as well. Because I was so impressed with the dialogue. I was gonna see, instead of hiring voice actors, see if VO could do, because it's not much. Get a voice going for Ella and Damon, but it might not work. We'll see. So much to do. There's no right or wrong to flame. Tell that to poor broken-hearted Victoria. Well, yeah, I guess. I thought you would want to make some money. But ever since then, actually, she just has been asking for money. Like, she wanted a hoodie, and she's like, can I have this hoodie? Can I get this? I suppose I should put my foot down and say, yeah, you can get it. Flat a page. Earn it. Did you see, as long as you still narrate, it's a tradition. I don't know if I'm gonna have any narration in this one. No, we'll see how we go. Especially currently, my voice, I've still got a more nasally than normal voice, which is already nasally. It's been 3 weeks now. I can hear it when I do my shorts. I'm like, that just doesn't sound normal. I was thinking it would be mostly dialogue. So it would have to be mostly Damon with a tiny little bit of Ella in there. And I did find some voice actors, but I don't know if I can do it with AI. It might be better. Then I don't have to deal with anyone. Sup, Maromi? I can picture a shell-shocked Bancroft fishing $10 dues out of his wallet for his daughter. Earn this. Earn it. Like the end of Saving Private Ryan. Speaking of, I've been watching old movies. We've got this streaming service here called Stan. It's just like, I don't know about Netflix. It's like I never find anything I would ever want to watch on Netflix, so I don't even bother anymore. I don't even know why we have it. I guess every now and then it comes out with something good, and it's kind of cheap, so it's like everyone has Netflix. But compared to this Stan, like I watched yesterday, I watched The Imitation Game. I love that movie where they're cracking the code. And then I started watching Amistad, which I love as well, with friggin' Anthony Hopkins. Maybe it's been a while since I've watched Saving Private Ryan. It's actually high time I watch Band of Brothers again. Although it might be time to actually try and get Victoria to watch Band of Brothers. She's 13 now. "15 years ago, Netflix was easy to find things to watch." It's just terrible now. I don't even like. Is it just me? It all looks kind of cheap, and they don't have like the big good stuff. Like their new shows are really like, they look really cheaply made, and just it's making me wonder. AI can make a pretty convincing Kate Beckinsale voice. I always thought Ella, because British accents are a thing. They can be beautiful, or they can be a lot. And Kate Beckinsale, I think, has the perfect British accent. It doesn't sound posh. I mean, I guess it would to some people. It's pretty posh. Well, it's not like, it doesn't sound like she was born in a manor or anything. She just speaks well. Maybe that's what I'll say. AI, make me read this as though it's Kate Beckinsale. When will Camel Moon come on to discuss his process for the trailer? I was just looking at the dates, so I'm thinking I got a full slate this week. Eudaimonia 3 is launching tomorrow, and then I've got Mark Poulton coming on for Gun Goth. So I'm going to do a stream on my Sunday, because I had originally accidentally double booked. And he's launching tomorrow as well with Gun Goth. So you want to do it sort of quickly. But the week after that, since I moved Fractured Mind forward, we clear open. So I'm thinking the Friday night after the Diaz Bros show on the 20th, which is a week. It's actually really, really, I mean, I don't know how much he's going to want to talk about the action. He's not going to want to talk about like how he does his prompts and everything. Which is mostly just like his own film expertise. There's a lot of knowledge and language and, that would go into that sort of stuff that I guess, he's not just want to give away free. But I mean, he'll definitely go through the, like cutting it together and everything. I want to try it as myself as well. I don't know how good I'll be at it, but I already started using like Grok and stuff for like, hey, show me a show me a long men's coat with the arm pointing out forward or something like that. And it's just amazing for reference, like how does clothing fold and stuff like that, because I've always just done a guessing game and then it doesn't work. And I go to Google, I'm like, you try and find something similar, it's a nightmare. So it's been great for that stuff. Just like, bang stuff out that actually looks decent, because I don't know, something about folding clothes, it's just never, it's just never stuck in my brain how to do it. I watch tutorials and go, oh yeah, that looks easy, and then I try and do it myself, and it's like, that looks rubbish. But that's about the extent of it for me. I'm also up and flatting. Are you, Jake? Jake was showing me he did a dope flyer, because they're all going to Heroes Con. Is that next week? And I'm getting super, like, I got massive FOMO at the moment that everyone's going to be there, and I'm not. But, you know, look, I'm not the one who decided to destroy our economy over a flu, 5 years ago. Now we all have to pay the price for it. And we're paying the price, literally paying. And that's why I was like, I can't really justify spending all that money at the moment. But damn, it would have been nice to go catch up with everyone. Never give away knowledge. If you want to know what Camel knows, you need to go through the effort of listening to Godfather 3's director's commentary by yourself. No, he was telling me like little bits in here and there, and I'm like, yeah, I see. I know some of it because of just you pick it up like because you want to know, okay, what's like a worm's eye view, but there's all sorts of transitions and things, and it's not just. I think what would happen if you just say like have a girl jump in there, like you would just get all straight shots. There would be no dynamic movement or anything like that. So that's all like stuff that you need to know to tell. And yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. How do you get up so bloody early? This isn't even early. It's 8:45. This is late. I've been sleeping in because I've been staying up late, working and playing Fortnite. But mostly working. I was up flatting another page till about 11 last night. And Mel and I were watching a cool new TV show called The Forgotten Files. Not on Netflix, I think. Maybe it is on Netflix, and I've just been shitting on it this whole time. I don't think it is. Someone needs to be a bro and distract Narwhal, says Mo, so Jake can make his move. It's a shame he won't be there. Maybe we can figure out a bank. Oh yeah, we were talking about like getting a tablet, like on a thing, and that'd be like amazing. Like you're gonna remote control it and go around. That would be funny. Mr. Reese, 5 memberships. Thank you very much. We got Just Call Me Hen, Travis Parrick, George Alvarez, Comic Artist Bro Secrets, and Ron Martin, all gifted memberships. EVS got a membership before you, Mo. You know he's always here in the chat. Oh, poor Mo. We got Dave Brink in the house. What's up, Dave? Great to see. Dave's been making some great tweets lately. I need to respect Mr. Reese's generous donation to the channel here with one of these.
You little ripper!
Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Oops. Getting a bit ahead of myself there. Yeah, no, it was just like, I mean, that's the thing though. And I don't think I would have, like, there was talk about doing a table and everything like that. And then, I was thinking about it. And it's like, how would I even get the books over there? Like hardcovers, because you only get something like 30 kilos. And with some books, I mean, that's gonna fill up quick. So I think I took 20 books over to Florida, and I sold all of them, I think, and some posters and stuff. But if I had my own actual table, I think you'd want to have more than just 20 books, probably. I don't really know. But I was gonna go over, to hang out and just have fun. So, 3 years ago I would have done it. I just said like, screw it, that's cool. Like let's do it. But these days when freaking butter is $7, eggs are $12. It's hard to just like say, oh yeah, I'm gonna spend $5,000 on just going over and hanging out. Right. And I mean, not to get too deep into the nitty gritty here, but I don't need any write-offs, like tax write-offs this current tax year. So, if there was a thing that's like, are you going to give $5,000 to the government, or are you going to, go on a business trip? Go on the business trip, obviously, have some fun. But there's nothing like that. That's not a possibility for me at the moment. Wouldn't be. I don't owe the government an extra $5,000. Printing out location is pretty much the way to avoid tariffs too. Yeah. Yeah, but that's also, I don't have the capital for that either. And I don't even really know, like, I don't know if I would be good at selling at cons. I mean, I sold okay at Tampa, but that was like everyone was there. It was a big buzz going around. It was, I don't know if that's just happens at every convention. I got no idea. I have no experience in these fields. I'm not Paul Thayer, who can sell ice to an Eskimo. It is on Netflix. There you go. The one show that we're watching that we actually like currently is on Netflix, and I just spent this whole time bad mouthing Netflix. Well, anyway, it's called Department Q in English. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's funny though. It's like I said when we started watching it, why do all British shows make Britain look like almost a third world country? There's never any sun ever. Everyone is depressed. Everything is dark gray, blue. Like, they make Mexico always look really yellow in TV shows and movies. And in England, it's like no one would ever want to live. Well, this one's set in Scotland, so it is actually. But it's like, because there isn't any sun ever, and everyone is depressed. I've been to England, and it wasn't like that. Maybe it is now. Yeah, I guess you're right. It is now, says David L. Yeah. But in Australia, we do the same thing. The only shows you get out of Australia are cop shows and like criminal shows or like murder kind of things. So it's like, that's the only thing you see presented of Australia in on movies or anything. So it's like you have this idea of Australia where it's super violent and dangerous, and everyone's a criminal or a beat down cop or something. And the Newcastle Big Boy, that's it. Except Housos, yeah. Yeah, the comedy shows, actually, that's what I said, like, we used to have some fantastic comedy shows. Not as many anymore, at least not that I know of. But that used to be our sort of main thing that we would make, is comedy. Like Kath and Kim, actually, I think they exported it. They made somehow, I didn't see it, but they made a American version of it somehow. I don't know how that would work with Bogans, but UK comedy is dead, which is such a shame because it's my favorite. I mean, it's quite literally the best there ever has been. You know, the best things to come out of England for the last decade easy has been Ricky Gervais shows, and he's sort of doing very. It's funny because I say it's high end comedy because his comedy is so low brow, so it's kind of doesn't sound right. But he puts him in these shows like Afterlife, which are like proper dramas, just with the most insane, amazing lowbrow comedy. He's like a actual, you know, genius. That guy. Toast of London was last one. I haven't seen that. I forgot about the Australian Office. Oh, dude, no thanks. Oh, could you imagine? Made in current year. I want to see Bancroft fight an emu. Make it happen, Mel. I don't know if that's allowed. Can we fight emus? It's not like you're just going to come across an emu. You know, I don't think I've ever seen an emu in the wild, ever. I didn't even know where they live. And I've seen plenty of emus behind a fence. I guess they're just out in the outback in like packs. They don't look like they would be difficult to defeat either, by the way. A stern punch in the neck would probably do it in. Lupin is on Netflix. It's a French show. They're filming season 4. Check it out. I enjoy it. Lupin. I guess that's a werewolf show. Is that one of those shows where it's like set in Paris, where it's like what do they call it? Like a pack of people live as werewolves? I'm totally just guessing. But I know they did that with I tried to watch a French vampire show where they had this like these teenagers are vampires or something. It wasn't really my thing. But it might not be that at all. Liam's announced, can't believe it's already Friday. Yeah, this week's gone really fast. And probably just because I've been so busy. Lupin the Thief. Ooh, so it's not a... He's calling them out. There's an emu somewhere watching this stream getting angry. Yeah, those emus. They've been riding high ever since the Great Emu Wars. And it's emu to all our non-Australian friends, not emu. What is that? A diphthong? You got to go emu. You got to like stitch them together. Now, like, have you ever seen an ostrich? Ostrich are huge. Ostrich are like 7 foot tall or something crazy. An emu is not even my height. They're tiny. If you want to fight a real bird in Australia, you fight a cassowary. I think they're either the heaviest or second heaviest bird. Probably the second heaviest, but they're actual dinosaurs. Ostrich are mean. Yeah, I mean they don't look nice. I wouldn't fight an ostrich. I'd fight an emu. If it insulted me. It's still Thursday for the Americans. Most people. But everyone in New Zealand, Japan, Australia, where else? I guess East Asia. We're in the future. Creative Welshman, member for 6 months. Thank you very much. Send a message here. The Lucent nipple hate, 0 out of 10. Worst thing ever. Rob the Grouch. Rob overloaded me on nipples yesterday, and I don't know if you picked up on it, but I was rather uncomfortable. I mean, I said to him, no porn, no like just blatant nudity, and from the get-go it was just nude everything. Like, the nudity has to be, it's so vague, but it has to be kind of artistic. If a woman is lying in a suggestive pose, being naked, I don't know if that falls under the guidelines. I did have to member gate it. Free the nipple, Bancroft. Oh, we did that yesterday. Rob did that yesterday with great relish. Rob the truth sayer, he says. Good morning, Rob. You were just speaking truth to power. Was that it? Oh, very nice. I don't even know if member gating like does anything, but I guess it's probably better than nothing. Bancroft thought Danger Girl was a modern crowdfunded book. I knew it, and I think that's the only way that I would know something is that I must have seen it crowdfunded, but it was somewhere in the recesses of my brain. It's like, oh yeah, I know of this, but I didn't know where from. We got St. Patrick T in the house saying hello to Casey Anthony. Nell Bunny's here. Look at all these fine people here. David L. The gang's all here. Great to see you all. Thank you very much for joining me here on my morning productivity stream. Trying to be productive. What have I got here? Which one? This one. Don't laugh at me, Jake. I don't know things. I don't know much. I don't know much. Mo's out of here. See you tomorrow, Mo, hopefully. Have a great day, evening. Stay away from the riots. Everyone over there on the east. Although I hear they're trying to make them go national. Although not in Florida. Did you guys see I think it was like chief of police in Florida saying, yeah, if you try this here, we're going to kill you. Literally, it's like your family members can pick you up at the morgue. It's like, oh, damn. We should do it again next week. I have so much art courtesy of Cranberry Langes. I don't know what to do with it all. So much. We'll do the Cranberry, we'll do the Cranberry Files. And we'll put them up against Rob and see, which one wins. Cranberry Langes or Rob Arnold. I think I have a guess which one is going to be more popular, but these riots seem like proxy war games. I watched a guy. He was on Joe Rogan. It was a clip of a guy. I recognize his face. I don't know who he is though. But he was like, look, they're gonna drop the LGBTQ stuff, So that, you know, the companies won't be doing the, they made everything Pride Month. They put like Pride stuff on all their social media or whatever, and they say, oh, blah, 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 and they do their thing. They're going to drop that in 2025. And instead, we're going to get immigration riots. And he was going through like the reasons why, you know, how it was all going to go down and everything. He said it would happen before the election, but obviously it happened after the election. But he's like, yeah, it's going to be like people in the street waving Mexican flags and riots. And it was like, oh, damn. I don't know when he said this. It would have been pre-election. But it was spooky because, yeah, all the companies, they're not doing the Pride thing anymore. And then that happened. Easier for ICE to identify them. It seems to be what's happening. And the funny thing about it that I've been seeing, I haven't been paying too much attention to, obviously. I'm not saying like the riots are funny. I'm saying the people on the news, like there's that guy who's going viral on on CNN, because he's always like, oh my God, Trump's approval rating just keeps going up. It's the highest it's ever, the biggest, like the largest approval rating rise of any group is immigrants. They're loving this. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. You go through, and you know, we've done it in Australia. To get Mel here and like a legal citizen was an ordeal. And I hear it's only gotten harder since. So and more expensive. So yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, you go through all that to, you know, move to a country properly through the process, and then people just walk over the border and they get everything catered. No. I understand that would piss you off majorly. Funded rights, $200 a day. I wouldn't be surprised. All they want are slaves to disposable income, says Rob. That is 100% true. There's another video I saw. I couldn't believe it. It was some woman in a car. And I mean, what was funny is she was like, she had an American accent. So, you know, she's probably born there, but she was of, you know, she was Asian. So it's like, you know, you would be at some point in your history an immigrant as well. And the way she was talking was just like, you literally could have changed the words out and it would have been, you know, the argument made for keeping slavery back in 1840. It's just like, all these people are doing all these jobs that you don't want to do. What's going to happen? How are we going to, you know, who's going to mow the lawn? Who's going to deliver your Uber? And it was just like, lady. Ugh. Yeah. It doesn't make sense, Jake. It's the same all over the Western world. It's the same in France. It's the same. It's not really the same here because you can't just walk here. But we do. Most of our illegal immigrants are, or illegals in Australia are visa overstayers, because yeah, there's no easy way in here. But it's the same in France and in all of Europe too. It's like legal immigration is so expensive, but if you just walk in, you get a house. It's like this cannot go on. You know, they'll put you up in a friggin' hotel. What? We have Christmas Island, says Liam. Yo, I didn't know much about that. I don't know what's going on over on Christmas Island. I kind of stopped paying attention during COVID because I was just like, this is too depressing. So like things happen, and Mel listens to the radio. I didn't listen to the radio anymore. I'm just like, I just get angry. I get angry at people. I get angry at my fellow countrymen and their idiocy. I just focus on a comic. Which is what we should be doing. Focusing on good things. Enjoying life while we can. Rob calling Jake fat. Rob, you know Slender Man yourself. Better to focus on things you have control over. Yeah. It got so dark, if you remember, especially here in Melbourne. It was so dark in the middle of it that I probably did just kind of disconnect. Like we went from looking in horror at what was going on in China, you know how they were like locking people in apartments and stuff, to that in under a year. And not only did it go from that to that, everyone was celebrating it and saying, yeah, this is keeping us safe. And I was just like, that was a dark fucking period. It's hard to believe that actually happened. My first rule, Rob says, if I was in charge of the world, would be no sirens or crashes on the radio. What? I don't even know what you're saying, Rob. Is there no bad news on the radio? What are you saying? Yeah, Liam, I hated the COVID stuff. They wouldn't let me be with my wife during the birth of my. And see, that is evil. That is something you never get back. That's what I'm saying. And then they're just like, oh, and it comes out years later. That is evil. I'm so sorry that happened, man. That makes me livid. And, you know, and that sort of stuff was happening everywhere. People were dying. Children were dying alone. I mean, and all of it was based on nothing. All it was just based on what they thought, you know, and now it's all coming out. Oh, yeah, no, well, we just did it because we did it. And what was the science behind it? There was none. And what are the repercussions? Who's going to prison for this? Who's like, no one can get any of that back. Oh, God. How do we hang on a sec, Rob? Where are you?
This is a happy stream. Children are dying everywhere. So sad.
Yeah.
My first rule would be you're not allowed to play sirens or crashing noises on the radio.
What are you talking about?
When you're driving in your car and the radio's playing and they're like trying to be cool with all their hip, you know, little sound effects that they do, right? You know, sometimes they'll chuck a siren in there. Sometimes they'll chuck a car crash in there, right? You're not allowed to do that anymore. That's the first rule.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about. What sirens? Maybe I'm listening to a different radio. What sirens are you talking about?
Have you never heard them like play sirens or crashes on the radio when you're driving?
Crashes,
and you're
like
what the fuck? Who's crashed into who? And you're like, you shouldn't be distracted by these kind of things, Mike. That's rule one, all right?
That's your big policy. That's going to get you elected as King of Australia.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I just need to clear that up.
Good luck on that.
Thanks. Thanks.
It's a very important issue that, you know, I think we've all been really struggling with.
Yeah,
it's really going to hit the pulse of the nation.
All right. Well, good luck with your Doom session. Doom and gloom.
I was just chatting with the chat, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not actually a doomy kind of person. You know that. I just how do we get? How do we go full here? Oh, he's gone. I'll go back then. He just wanted to pop in and say that. All right. It really grinds his gears, Bancroft, says Amanda. I know, right? I think I've never even heard of what he's talking about. I don't know what he's going on about. Artist Mick Mo TV. I'm new. Really enjoy your art, you two guys. I'm some underground artists in Western Missouri. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Been meaning to get on a live show for months. Nice coloring. Yeah, this is my upcoming comic. I'll be launching in 2 weeks. It's the third. This is going to be a bit confusing. It's the third comic in a series, but it's not the. It's a prequel comic. That's just said. It's a one shot, and I got to actually get into some. Start getting into some of that. What is it? Like shilling mode or like hype mode, and remember how to actually talk about books. It's been a long time. But great to have you here. We got a bunch of people here. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. 58 people. Please do make sure you are signed up to the mailing list over at thelucentcomic.com. There's a link in the description if you're not. There will be a significant discount attached, especially like for early backers. If you are signed up, it's going to be, I'm going to make it worth your while to be signed up to the email. Let's just say that, especially on day one, but even on the first week as well. Everyone's been putting out these really cheap offerings, and they've actually been going very well. Like I'm thinking, Band of the Crow, especially. So I thought, you know what? And I heard that's what the Iconic guys. I haven't seen it, but I heard that's what they did. Like they have it, like really cheap at the start, and then when you buy it later, if you don't get it during the crowdfunding period, you pay a real premium. I like the idea of that. I like that you reward the people who come in first. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to be doing. Both, says Rob. Rob lives his own Rob world, What it would be like to live in Rob world, I wonder. What sort of cares? If that's his main concern. Sirens and crashes on the radio. Liam says they're releasing a new Bluey-style Doctor Who series for babies. What? All right. I'm surprised more people haven't tried to replicate the sort of Bluey style a bit more. Like it's so massive now; it's global. But I feel like a lot what happens is it's lightning in a bottle, and you can't really replicate it. That's usually, when they try and make things again. The green is the new Lucent blue. Yeah, I'm toning a little bit away from the blue. It's always been Lucent, which is like a green blue. But yeah, I'm finding myself going a little bit green in this one, which works well. I mean, if you remember in the Matrix, everything was green in the Matrix. Everything was tinted green. So it kind of makes sense. I always did like that idea. I always tried to, use the color to help tell the story. This one is set entirely inside a dream, so it would make sense that it's a little I don't know the word for it, but different looking. Amanda says, my almost 13-year-old daughter has a Bluey poster on her wall. Well, I'm turning 45 this year, believe it or not. And I love Bluey. I don't watch it enough as much as I should. I haven't seen every episode, but I've seen many episodes many times, and I love Bluey. It's easily one of the best things to come out of in Australian culture in a long time. I love that it's so uniquely Australian. Like every Australian who watches Bluey, it's just that's us. That's our life. And especially since I am from Queensland, it's set in Brisbane. It's got a very Brisbane aesthetic that I recognize. Liam says, it's got genuine human heart. They will replicate everything but that, and it will fail. Yeah, if it doesn't have the heart, I mean, that's the magic of Bluey it's got like, it's funny, but it doesn't look any good. But it's got that heart, and that's what, like, they're all my favorite episodes. Are the ones that just like, especially as a parent, it's just like, oh it got me right in the heart. I remember they tried at one point during the height. I mean, this is back when Joe Thunderbuns was a co-host on the show. So that's how long ago it was. They were trying to attack Bluey for being racist by not like the dogs somehow they said, oh, they're coded as white dogs or something. It's like no one was having a bar of it. It was just like everyone rallied behind Bluey and were like, shut the hell up. Don't mess with this. Amanda says, I don't think I've seen a single episode. Oh, Amanda, especially as a mother. You really should. I mean, they're like 10 minutes. They're not long, but they really are like some of the best stuff I've seen in a very long time. Like they don't make stuff much like that anymore, is all I'm saying. Especially if you're a mother, because it's all about the family and parent. It's like on double levels. It's done on two levels, so the kids can just watch it as kids and enjoy the fun because they show it from the kids' angle. But the parents will recognize all of the things you do as a parent, with your kids and for your kids and everything. And it's on that level as well. It's got so much heart. I did know we had Blue World, yeah. I'm happy. I hear the guy, though, that originally made it, and I don't know if this is true, but I hear he's not like, I mean, he's worth money now, obviously, but he's not like, but how big it is, he should be, it's a global thing. He should be this super rich guy. But I know it was like, he came up with the idea and then they developed it through the ABC. So, but still, I like seeing people rewarded for, especially creating something like that. I don't really know, though. It's what I heard. Amanda, I watched the episode where the baby where the mother's talking about the baby walking for the first time, and watch the episode about the dream. Like I that's gonna like get you right in the old heartstrings. It's funny as well when Victoria was young. This is pre-Bluey. She watched mostly Peppa Pig, so she would run around with a little bit of a British accent, and she'd say things like, "Oh dear," if she dropped something, and she's just like exactly like Peppa Pig. And now I hear that all these American and English kids run around with Australian accents after watching so much Bluey, which is hilarious. He's quite wealthy, but he's still only making about what I do because it's government. Yeah, I thought that's what I thought. I thought he just, yeah, he's well off, but not, like Bluey is a global phenomenon, and it's so good. You'd think like he'd be a multi. I'm thinking like worth $200 million or something. But yeah, obviously, that's what happens when it wasn't ever going to happen unless he signed it over to the ABC. So I get it. Watching TV doesn't change your accent. That's crazy talk. Oh, it changes your kids' accents. Trust me. It's fun. I mean, not the whole accent, just like certain little sayings they say. It's very funny. Amanda says, my daughter had the convo and she was like, what are they talking about? I told her Bluey and she said, I love Bluey. Yeah. Phil has a Bluey. Do you? I didn't know that. I haven't seen your dog. Why haven't I seen your dog? Or have I? And I've just forgotten it. Yeah, they're great dogs. Very smart. Very affectionate. All right, we got a little bit done. Not much. But something. Let me save it. This is going to be fun, flatting all this. Although, I've already got the colors, so it's all fine. Started from there to there in about 40 minutes. God, I'm so slow when I do it live. Massive Panda, I wonder if the creator Bluey still has full creative control. I don't know if he ever did. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's still very involved, but I think it's definitely a team. And like I said, he did the original one himself as a pitch to the ABC. This is completely from memory. I could be a little bit wrong here. And then they gave him a little bit of money to turn it into an actual cartoon to like do a proof of concept. They did that, and then from that single cartoon, the ABC, which is our Australian Broadcasting Corporation, so it's like government owned, they gave him the money to do a full season, which I think was something like 13 million or something. And so then they would have made a team and everything. So I think it's just been like that the whole time. And Liam notes, he has full creative control, but he has to adhere to ABC guidelines. There you go. Rob says Blue is the best thing Australia has done. It's up there. It's definitely in the last 10 years. Easy. Definitely. It's pretty crazy. All right, everybody. I got to go. I got to go to work in 4 minutes. Thank you very much. You had a big crowd in here. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and hanging out. It would be remiss of me not to plug the old website. The lucentcomic.com is where you sign up. Let me stop sharing that. I will start sharing this. Everything is going to be happening over here on this site, the lucentcomic.com. As you can see there, 15 days to go. Join the mailing list. There will be an early bird discount on the book. There will be a code sent out beforehand that you will be able to use on day one, and then day and then that first week probably. So but the day one discount will be the big discount. Obviously I'm going to try and get the most people on board. These are some of the sample pages that I've put up. I'm finishing the covers. I'll finish one cover this week, and then hopefully the next cover the next week, so that I can do everything else I need to get done for this. Will it be launching on a Friday? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think let's do it. I mean, it's usually the biggest show. We'll do it after the Diaz Bros show. Put the link in the chat there. So do make sure you are on the mailing list. I'll send out an email, I think, tomorrow to say we've got like 2-week countdown. Oi, 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 says Phil. Exactly, yes. So hopefully he'll raid me that day. Yeah, great to have you here, man. Always great to meet another artist out there in the world. Yeah, cool. Okay, everybody, I'm off to work. Have a great day, evening, whatever it is, and I will see you tomorrow. We're launching Eudaimonia 3. Well, Raiden is. It will help. Okay, bye.
Perth made an Australian video, and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.